Hello friends, welcome to Risingpearl.com. Today we are going to take a look at how do we answer question number 19 that appeared in 2016 CBSE Math exam. What is the question number 19 and how do we solve it? So let's take a look at the question. A man standing on the top of a deck or a man standing on the deck of a ship which is 10 meters above water level observes the angle of elevation of the top of a hill as 60 degrees and angle of depression of the base of the hill as 30 degrees. Find the distance of the hill from the ship. So when we look at a question like this, first thing that should strike you, is this is a trigonometry question, and more specifically, applications of trigonometry question, heights and distance question, right? Why is that? Because clearly we have the term angle of elevation of a top of a hill, certain angle is given, and angle of depression of the base of the hill, certain angle is given. So the angle of elevation and angle of depression, it gives away the fact that this is a heights and distance question, trigonometric question. Now let's first draw this out, right? Because we don't have any images or drawings given to us. So here, now this is a very, very illustrative drawing. Obviously I do not expect you to draw it like this in your exam, but we have more time, and so actually I have all the time in the world. I'm trying to make it as clear as possible to you, right? So what is going on is, obviously this is the water level, this is the boat or the ship, and this is the person, and this is a hill. So the person is looking at the top of the hill and at the bottom of the hill like this, right? So let's draw this out. So these two angles, angle of elevation of top of a hill, so when he's looking at it, this is the angle of elevation for top of a hill, and this is the angle of elevation of the base of the hill. Now we have talked about this during all the applications of trigonometry question, heights and distance question, that we make some assumptions. So what we are going to assume is that now all the mountains or hills, they are slanted, they are not like straight out vertical, but we will assume that given the scale, that this slope, length of this slant, is equal to the height of the hill. So when we talk about the angle of depression of the base of the hill, so instead of the person looking at this, we are going to assume that the person is looking at this. So something like this. So we are going to fade this out, and we are going to say that really he is looking at the base of the hill. Now clearly in real life, this is the base. He cannot you cannot see through the slant at the very middle, at the bottom of the hill. You can only see here, but for all practical purposes we are going to assume that angle of depression of the base of the hill is this angle, right? So this length is almost equal to this length. Similarly, we are going to also assume that now he is standing, the man standing on the deck of a ship, the ship is 10 meters above water level. So if this is the water level as shown by the dotted line here, it is this height, the top of the ship above the water level, this is given as 10 meters, right? But this is the height of the person. This is the height of the person at which the angle of elevation and angle of depression are drawn. But we are going to assume, for the purposes of this question, that above the water level, so from here to the height of the person, this entire length is 10 meters. We are going to assume that this entire height, that means this height is negligible. So from the above the sea level, above the water level, to where the angle of elevation, angle of depression are drawn, this entire height is 10 meters, right? So we are going to make that assumption. And third and final assumption would be that the sea level or the water level and the ground level, they are at the same level. So we are going to make these assumptions, right? Now let's fade away all of the things that we do not need, and let's try to clearly have the the diagram drawn up. So this is the point. This entire height from here to here, this is 10, right? And this is 10. This is the height of the hill. Now the angle of elevation and angle of depression are given. So what we are going to do, we are going to draw a horizontal line from here all the way to the height of the hill. It will be like this. So this is the angle of elevation, which is given as 60 degrees, and this is the angle of depression, which is given as 30 degrees. So this is what is given to us, right? Now what is that we have to find out? We have to find out the distance of the hill. So this distance, so from here to here, this is the distance that we have to find out, right? So let's name this triangle, or let's name all of the points here. So let's say this is A, this is B, A, B, C, and let's name this as D, and let's name this straight line as E, right? So what is that we have to find out? We have to find out BC. We have to find out the value of BC, which is the distance of the hill from the ship, right? So this height is given. If you look at triangle, so let's take a look and see what is given to us. So if we take a look at, if you look at triangle ABC, let's take a look at triangle ABC, right? So angle of depression, which is angle EAC, right? EAC, this is the angle of depression, is given as 30 degrees. So we can assume from here that angle BAC, this angle BAC, will be equal to 90 degrees minus 30 degrees, right? Because this entire angle is 90 degrees. From here, this is 90 degrees. So if this is 30 degrees, so this part will be equal to 90 minus 30, or 60 degrees. So if this is 60 degrees, so in angle ABC, if this is 60 degrees, right, and AB is 10, then we can say BC, so tan angle A will be equal to BC by AB, right? BC by AB. Now angle A is 60 degrees, so this will be tan 60 degrees, and tan 60 degrees is square root 3. So from here we can say BC will be equal to AB, which is 10 degrees, which is 10, times, so it's AB, it goes here, so cross multiplication, it will be 10, AB equals 10 times square root 3. So we are going to assume that square root 3 is equal to 1.73. So this will be 10 multiplied by 1.73, or this will be 17.3 meters. So BC will be equal to 17.3 meters, 17.3 meters. So the distance of the ship from the base of the hill is 17.3 meters. This is how we solve this particular question.